My name's Hisatake, and here's my story. Second chances. We all wishes we had one. For me, Europe is that second chance. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, in the Sunnydale Projects, or better known to you all as the Visitation Valley District. It was a struggle growing up in a low-income community, the hunger pains, the sleepless nights, the fear of being shot. It's overwhelming. It may sound strange, but if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing. The hood made me who I am today. It taught me lessons that couldn't be taught by any college professor until one day, my hood, my own community, took my brother from me. May 2012, my brother was set up. Someone we knew our entire childhood deceived him into getting shot and killed. Ever since that day, I hated Sunnydale. I was done with it. It had nothing for me. All it did was take my loved ones. I knew if I stayed in Sunnydale, I would be anything more than just a statistic. I was going to end up in two places, either a jail or a casket. I was too young to die, and I didn't want to spend my life behind bars watching life go by. I needed to get out the hood. I needed a future. I decided to make a move. I got caught up in a whirlwind of job searching until one day I stumbled across Europe. Europe helps people like me understand the importance of professionalism. They provide intense IT training for 5 months, and then they put your knowledge to the test in a 6-month internship with a Fortune 500 company. And then I mentioned, this whole training is paid. This piqued my interest, but I had sworn off school. School just wasn't for me. December 2013, God called back one of his angels home, my grandmother, Hisatake. She was the rock of my family. She always knew I was smart, and she always told me I was going to be someone great. The funny thing is, she always told me to go back to school, but I told her I was done with school and I was never going back. I never listened to her until it was too late. My grandmother's death inspired me to resume school. She's the reason I'm in the Europe program today. I joined this program just to make my grandmother proud of me. Her last words to me were, "You can do it, and I believe in you." I took these words to heart, and I started the application process to Europe. Luckily, I was accepted to be a member of Class 12. That week, I met my advisor, So Yim. So's passion for his work made it easy to connect with him. His story was inspiring to me. I knew with So and my grandmother in my corner, this was a power move I was ready to make. So said something to me that really resonated, which was, know your why. Meaning, why do you wake up every day and do what you do? I thought about it for a minute. That was deep. Fortunately, I already knew my why. My grandmother. The first week at Europe was fairly hard for me because I had trust issues being raised in Sunnydale. After getting over the fear, I met a diverse group of people. During orientation week, we shared personal moments that were raw and genuine. We learned we all have grit, and we were all hungry for success. I really didn't know much about computers, just the basics of turning on the device or powering it down. Thanks to Europe, I can now image computers, swap out RAM, and replace hard drives. If you don't know how to do that, check with me after reception. I built my professional network based off of my colleagues that inspired me throughout this transition. My initial fear of trust transitioned into genuine friendship over time. I want to give a special shout out to Daniel Abundis, Linda Hernandez, Harris Maru, Jocelyn Cisco, Vesna Fuwang, and Frank Nelson. Your support has motivated me to stay hungry and to remember my why. Our professional network expanded through years' guest speaker series. Guest speakers from prestigious companies will share their personal stories and offer professional advice. Keith White from Gap Inc. told us the story about the salmon and the eagle. The eagle swoops down to catch the salmon to eat, but the salmon is half of the eagle's body weight. The desire to eat the salmon is so strong that the eagle begins to drown. The moral of the story is we surround ourselves with people that are just weighing us down, holding us back from our true potential. We need to let those people go. In the words of Keith White, we need to take care of ourselves before we can take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. After 5 months of training, I earned an internship at Zynga as a desktop support technician. I sat at the Genius Bar and I resolved tech problems in about 15 minutes or less. I soaked up as much knowledge as I could there. At Zynga, I was overwhelmed by the size of the company and the cultural environment. Everyone there is so friendly and supportive. They even offered breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, and I forgot to mention happy hour. But of course, as an intern, I didn't go. Reputation, first and foremost. Thanks to my team. Thanks to my team, my manager, Stu Maynard, I learned a lot of tech at Zynga, and the training was much easier to learn because of Europe. Europe gave me an opportunity. I wouldn't have had this opportunity if I stayed like the eagle and let the people from my neighborhood weigh me down. This is exactly what Keith White, So Yam, and most importantly, my grandmother told me. I had to help myself first. This was a difficult journey for me to embark on. But I knew Europe was my second chance to be something in this world. It takes courage to let people go, but it takes even more courage to pull those people back in. Now it's my turn to pull these people through the door of opportunity. A second chance knocks once in a lifetime. So when it arrives, take it. Be willing to make a power move to benefit your future. And never, ever forget your why. To my fellow graduates, let's go out there and make a difference. Let's show the world that we have as much to show as anybody else out there. Let's show the world our grit and our hunger for success. Congrats, Class 12, because we made it.